The AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, epidemic, caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, emerged in the early 1980s and quickly became one of the most devastating public health crises in modern history. While the scientific community has largely attributed the origin of HIV to zoonotic transmission from primates to humans, conspiracy theories have emerged suggesting that the virus was man-made, intentionally released, or covered up by governments and organizations. This is the story of the AIDS/HIV conspiracy, a tale of fear, mistrust, and the search for truth in the face of tragedy. The official narrative. According to the scientific consensus, HIV originated in Central Africa in the early 20th century, likely through the transmission of simian immunodeficiency virus, SIV, from chimpanzees to humans. The virus spread slowly at first, but by the 1980s, it had reached pandemic levels, particularly among marginalized communities such as gay men, intravenous drug users, and hemophiliacs. The first cases of AIDS were reported in the United States in 1981, and by 1984, scientists had identified HIV as the cause. Since then, advances in antiretroviral therapy have transformed HIV from a death sentence into a manageable chronic condition for many. However, the epidemic has claimed over 36 million lives worldwide, and stigma and misinformation persist. The conspiracy theories. The AIDS epidemic has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories, many of which reflect broader societal fears and mistrust of governments, pharmaceutical companies, and scientific institutions. Here are the most prominent theories. 1. HIV was man-made. Some theorists believe that HIV was created in a laboratory as a biological weapon, either to target specific populations or to control overpopulation. Key points. Proponents point to the virus's sudden emergence and its disproportionate impact on marginalized groups as evidence of intentional design. Evidence. Some cite the 1969 testimony of Drive Donald MacArthur, a Pentagon official, who discussed the potential development of synthetic biological agents. Counterpoint. Genetic studies confirm that HIV evolved naturally from SIV, and there is no credible evidence of human engineering. 2. The CIA or government created HIV. A related theory suggests that HIV was developed by the CIA or another government agency and intentionally released to target specific populations, such as African Americans or the LGBTQ+ community. Key points. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment and other unethical government programs have fueled mistrust. Evidence. Some point to the book, Emerging Viruses, AIDS and Ebola, by Dr. Leonard Horowitz, which alleges government involvement. Counterpoint. There is no scientific or documentary evidence to support these claims. 3. HIV was spread through vaccines. Some believe that HIV was introduced to humans through contaminated vaccines, such as the polio vaccine administered in Africa in the 1950s. Key points. The oral polio vaccine was grown in chimpanzee kidney cells, which some claim could have contained SIV. Evidence. Studies have found no link between the vaccine and HIV, and the timing of the vaccine campaigns does not align with the virus's emergence. Counterpoint. Genetic analysis shows that HIV predates the vaccine campaigns by decades. 4. The pharmaceutical industry profited from AIDS. Some theorists argue that pharmaceutical companies suppressed early treatments or cures for AIDS to maximize profits from antiretroviral drugs. Key points. The high cost of early HIV treatments and the slow pace of research have fueled suspicions. Evidence. Activists in the 1980s and 1990s accused companies of prioritizing profits over patients. Counterpoint. While drug pricing has been controversial, there is no evidence of a deliberate suppression of cures. 5. HIV does not cause AIDS. A small but vocal group of denialists, including some scientists, claim that HIV does not cause AIDS and that the disease is caused by other factors, such as drug use or malnutrition. Key points. They argue that the link between HIV and AIDS is based on flawed science. Evidence. Denialists often cite the work of Peter Duesberg, a molecular biologist who disputes the HIV-AIDS connection. Counterpoint: overwhelming scientific evidence confirms that HIV causes AIDS, and antiretroviral therapy has saved millions of lives. The impact of conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories about HIV/AIDS have had serious consequences, including stigma and discrimination. Misinformation has fueled fear and prejudice against people living with HIV/AIDS. Public health harm. Denialist beliefs have led some to reject life-saving treatments, resulting in preventable deaths. Erosion of trust. Conspiracy theories have undermined trust in public health institutions, making it harder to combat the epidemic. The legacy of the conspiracy. The AIDS/HIV conspiracy theories reflect broader societal anxieties about science, government, and inequality. While the scientific community has made tremendous progress in understanding and treating HIV, the epidemic's legacy of fear and mistrust continues to shape public perceptions. Please remember to like, share and subscribe for more. Stay informed.